Hey y'all, Molly and Pam here with another quick update on the August Borden case. Of course, it's only been a couple of days since the Madison County DA's office said, nothing to see here, folks. Case closed, no criminal charges. It was just a freak accident. Well, people just simply aren't buying it, are they, Pam?
No.
And in fact, a lot of folks are saying, hey, we're not quitting just because you're standing down. We're not, including Tuscumbia City Schools. They said they're going to continue their investigation.
Oh, definitely. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Lights. We got a ball game tonight. We still got a ball game tonight. We got ball game tonight. Got them in Pensacola. Got them up in Deshler. Got them everywhere. But we still want answers. We still want to know what happened. You know, from day one, I've been kind of saying, I don't know that this happened sort of like that because there's too many people saying different things, but then 50 days later we got 15 people saying the same thing. You know, I thought there was something about that weight room in there where they were working out, doing weights. Anybody can bring anybody anywhere or take them anywhere or whatever the verb is. And
Yes.
Up the stairs, down the stairs, the weight rooms, there's weights there, there's equipment there. You know, this does not make sense. Now, the Friday Night Lights, we wish both teams well up at Deshler and Brooks, but also what we're seeing is also we saw one of our little snap guys make an apology.
Oh, that's right. You know, when Pam and I were last on here, we were talking about one of the guys that is a friend of the star player, if you will, that folks believe may be responsible for some of this. So he put out a post, and I've got my computer here in my lap. I think Pam's got it on her phone.
Yeah,
but, you know, this young man had taken the picture, and he had said, you know, hey, beat the case, and it was him and the other player. And now he's put out another post where he's basically saying, y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and that's what he said. Isn't this wonderful? This is a young man, too. To be able to say, I'm sorry, and it wasn't my very best thinking, this is how we want to go. All we got to do is tell the truth. We got to model that for children or young people. It says, I want to sincerely apologize for my recent post. It was never my intention to offend or cause any harm. I take full responsibility, and I will be more thoughtful moving forward. Thank you to those who reached out and held me accountable.
I thought that was good. That
From
was
Adrian.
very respectful. I was glad to see that. And we were looking at some of the comments, and I thought that was interesting that somebody was like, very well done. Now tell us what happened.
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah. And, you know, and there's a lot of things, you know, I'm a scientist type person, and I'm thinking about all this other stuff, too. I'm like, you know, here's some nerdy stuff. Gravity's 9.8 meters per second, okay, whether you are a ping pong ball or August or a tennis ball or bowling ball. So, I mean, and force is mass times acceleration. If we don't know what we're looking at, we already got the answers in 50 days. We don't have to learn anything else or think outside the box.
Don't have to talk to the doctors.
Right.
I can look at it and just know what happened.
Right. Or I've done this before 33 years ago, and you got to believe me, and I'm going to recruit other people for that. This is some nonsense. All this is nonsense. I can tell you, I am more encouraged by this young man having a conscience and coming forward than most anything.
I feel the same way about that, because I think one of the things that's concerned me the most is there are so many children involved in this. Whether it's the football team players, it's the kids in the school. This is impacting the entire community. It's stressful.
Right.
You want to be rallying around your school. You want to rally behind your football team. You want to trust your coaches. You want to trust your teachers. And I feel like if what they're saying is not true, then they're basically asking these kids to carry their water.
Right.
And they're asking them to carry water that's not true. And that's got to be hard on their little conscience, you know, on their hearts. And this little young man, I feel like he's not little. He's a young man, you know. But it sounds like he's stepping up. Maybe somebody was in his ear saying that wasn't your best thinking, and he said, "I'm going to listen to that. And I'm going to carry that water and let you know I'm sorry for what I did."
Right.
But if nothing else, I feel like they're all growing and trying to learn how to be adults and how to act in this world. And if the people around you aren't modeling that, if they're modeling something that might in fact be the exact opposite, then good for him for trying to break free.
Right, that's brave. I mean, a cover up, you know, is only as good as the weakest link in there. So, and that's true with anything. We're as strong as our weakest link. And so getting together, and I mean, even, you know, if we have a Jiminy Cricket moment, you know, let your conscience be your guide, you know, or be a good boy, be a good girl, whatever, you know, type of thing. But I just want us to stay encouraged because, you know, I am Bama proud, Alabama proud. And I always, you know, I say it all the time. We all were raised better than that. We know better than that. But at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day, August was hurt severely, and that should have never happened. And it didn't happen by a freak accident or by magic or by pixie dust. We need to know what happened to August.
Absolutely. And while we're still looking for those answers, they do need help. That family has racked up some tremendous medical bills. If you're interested in trying to help them out with some of that, justicefораugust.com, you can make a donation and, keep up with the case as well right here on Gulf Coast Confidential. Lots of folks are following this, but this is a family that's hurting emotionally. They feel like they've been abandoned by some members of the community, but it's got to make them feel good to know that so many people do love them. It's just hard, when you're in your day to day, their entire routine has been upended, and then you're getting pushback from some of the community, like, be quiet, act like this never happened, and you're looking at your son recovering from these injuries, curling up on the couch. It's just heartbreaking.
And nobody else, we can't unless we've been through it, we can't imagine what they're going through. They have probably experienced, hopefully, the worst day of their life, not having to go through anything else like that. But we just have to pull together. There is redemption. We can work together on this, but we cannot do it without starting with the truth. And then thereafter, keep doing the next right thing.
I agree. All right. Well, I feel like that's a good place to stop.
I think so.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, and check back in for the latest. We'll keep you posted.